Alright, y'all, we about to build this single cylinder. Got all the parts right here. We gonna start with the bottom end and work our way up. Got me a fresh pack of super glue. Yup. This is for the people who wanna know what glue I use. This is the only glue that I'm gonna be using and that I do use. So get y'all a little bottle of super glue, Gorilla Glue. Alright, I decided to come outside because it just feels good and it just looks better. I'd rather natural lighting than the artificial light anyway, so I'm outside with it. Alright, first I'm gonna start with my piston. So I'm gonna be putting the top on the top of this. Before you glue it, you wanna make sure it fits, everything even on there. So add the glue. And I'm gonna try to make this without like cutting important pieces out. Get the top, put it on there like that, make sure it's even. You can just take your finger and like just grip the ends just to keep it even. And like, you know, make sure it's on there good. Then you got that. That's your piston. Now, this is the piston pin holder. You know, fold right there. Fold right there. Should look like that. Now, what you want to do is get this rod, put it through one hole, get your connecting rod, slide the rod through the top of the connecting rod like that. Now you want to push it to the other side. Then after you do that, you want to like even it out. The wind feels good out here. It's kind of crooked. Look like it does look a little crooked, but it's not that deep. It doesn't have to be perfect as long as it's close enough. But that is a little crooked though. But this is real time, y'all. Y'all seeing this real time. I go through problems myself. I feel like I know what it is though. Maybe this can come down a little bit more. You can always adjust it though. Like you can always figure out the problem at the end of the day. So it'll look like something like that. I'll put some glue on the ends just to keep it, and make sure it's even before you glue it. Unlike me, like I'm just doing stuff. And yes, glue is gonna get on your fingers if you don't have anything to keep glue from getting on your fingers. I don't care about the glue hitting my fingers, so that's why I do it like this. Put on the other side. Boom. That's good to go for real. Now, what you want, it should fit like this under the piston, so this would be your whole piston right here. But what I like to do is to add glue like around the ends where the top of the piston and the actual skirt meet. So put it like around there. And I like to finish it off on the bottom right there since we're gonna be gluing the connecting rod to it. Get this piece. Then you just put it in evenly. You can try to center everything up, but you know, you can really do anything. This is how I just, yep. Make sure it's there. Now you got your piston. Alright, now that we got our piston, we gonna start with the connecting rod. No, not the connecting rod. The bottom of the connecting rod, the crankshaft. My fault, y'all. But it's all good. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So, I'm gonna take this rod. I glue the inside, like right there. Take this in, even it out with the other end. You can like do this to make sure it's even, and then you want to spin it like this to also make sure it's even when you spin it. So you shouldn't see it like so. That should be like that. And then I'm gonna take this one, glue those ends. Now I'm gonna put this right here. Hold up. Put this through there. Make sure it's even on the other side. Boom, it is. Now you wanna make sure this is even. Like, boom, crankshaft. Well, half of the crankshaft. Now what you want to do, grab the piston, and it should be like this. Sideways view. I might make this hole a little bigger just so it can be a little more free. You see like how it's doing this? I don't want to do that at all. So let me make this a little bigger. I'll be back. Alright, so I made it a little bigger. And it looks like this. This is good enough for me. I don't want to make it too loose to where there's like wiggle room and everything. So this is good right here. So after you do that part, I'm gonna grab this rod. This is the other side of this one. So I'm gonna put this in here first, like that. Add your glue. And be careful, cause when you add your glue, make sure you do it quick, cause this glue will dry up fast, like, or everything will like be together so fast. Spin it, make sure. It's kind of hard sometimes to tell if it's even, but if it's even for the most part, that should be good. So yeah, got that one on there. Now I'm gonna glue this part. Nah. Let me show y'all a better way. So what I'll do is I'll actually put this on there first. All right, I'll put that on there first. Make sure everything good. This is a better way you can tell if everything's even. You know, don't worry about the piston, just worry about how even your crankshaft is. So now once you see that it's even, glue the other side of this piece that goes through the bottom of the connecting rod. Boom. Once you make that, just slide it over quick like that. Oh yeah, make sure everything even, because it ain't. Bro, this is real time. I never made a video like this. This is y'all actually being able to see what I go through for real. Like, we all go through different problems, but yeah, it should end up looking like this or something like this. It's not perfect, but it will do. It will do. All right, so now that you got that part, it should be like this. Boom. Now we can start on the bottom end. I didn't mean bottom end, I meant just the crankcase. So what you want to start off with is the side, and then you want to start off with the body too. So you want to glue all these sides like this. You don't have to add so much yet until you actually put it on there for real, but alright, so grab right there, like grab the top of the diamond, you know, boom, just glue it on the side of the actual body. And yes, glue is on my fingers, so glue will get on you. Like, don't be scared of the glue though. But I don't know the side effects or anything, so I'm not recommending this way of doing it, but this is just how I do it. Like, just glue it down. Boom. It should end up looking like that, like a little diamond, little 3D diamond. But yeah, just make sure everything even on the sides. You know, make sure it's flat. And then once it's like that, I'm gonna have it like this, so this side goes through right there. Kind of hard to get in there. So it should look like look something like this. Now right here, you can check a lot of things. You can check to make sure your piston at bottom dead center is not gonna come in contact with anything on the bottom or anything like that. So that's good. So boom, make sure it's smooth. And then once it's smooth and everything, go ahead, grab your next side. And it should be like this. And this is before I glue anything. I just want to make sure everything looks right when I do it. So I'm gonna just put it on there. It would be something like this. So yeah, as you can see, everything spin freely. You know, now what you want to do is actually glue this down if everything looking good, which it is on here. So bro, the wind just blew like one of my pieces like off the table, so that's crazy. I don't think y'all seen it though, but it actually did. That's how much wind is out here today. I'm being kind of sloppy with it, but it don't matter that much. I really do feel like the more glue you use, the better. To an extent though. So boom, got the glue. Come back. Gotta get that rod through first. Now fit everything into place. Come on. Y'all, this is hard. Like, I won't even lie. Like, this is actually kind of hard. It's kind of difficult at the same time. Glue getting all on me. There's definitely better ways. There's definitely better ways to do this than the way that I'm showing you to avoid that problem. So yeah, it's on there now. Yeah, I'm gonna try to slide that over a little bit. Yeah, just make sure everything even, y'all. Just make sure everything even. Add some glue to certain places, you know. Those finishing touches. The rod not even coming through no more. What happened? Hold up, I'm messing up. There we go. There we go. I think that's what was messing me up a little bit. I didn't even realize. But y'all, this is real time. These are real problems that, and then I'm recording at the same time. Like, and look, my crankshaft kind of crooked now because of that. So I think I got it back right. So, oh yeah, and I added some holes to the bottom for breathing purposes. But yeah, this basically the bottom end right here. The whole bottom end. Now I gotta add everything else, like the cylinder. The cylinder gonna be like this. Look at that. It's gonna be something like that. Ooh, that looks nice already. That looks nice already. Bro, I'm so ready for this to run. But yeah, next we gonna add the cylinder and just this little bit of other stuff, just the air distribution right there. All right, let's try to add this head, but before we add, not the head, the cylinder, but before we add the cylinder, we gotta add this part. So we gotta get the piston through this real quick. Let me, kind of difficult. I don't know if I can. Oh, yeah, it's gonna go through. There we go. There we go. I thought it wasn't gonna fit. Now it's down there. It's gonna be something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down before I add the cylinder. And yeah, make sure everything's even too. You can actually use the lines on the actual thing to help out with that. So what I'm gonna do, get the glue. Ooh, that's a lot of glue. That's a lot of glue. That's a lot of glue. It's dripping on the side right there. Get the glue, add it around. Oh, I'm gonna glue this a little bit. You don't really have to glue everything. You can glue it later on too. Like, so yeah, make sure it's even. Even though it's not perfect, but I'm gonna still try to. You know, right there. Perfect on the sides. Make sure it's lined up right there. Even though it's not, there we go. No. Y'all, this is a lot. It's a lot. And look, this is how much your hand gonna actually get stuck to like the glue and everything. You just gotta know how to deal with it for real. Just rub it off. Boom, just hold everything right there, let it dry. You know, I gotta add more glue right there. That is where I didn't add any glue, so I didn't even realize that. Let me go ahead and add that glue. Just hold it down for a little bit, let it dry. And then after it dries, you can always go over it with more glue just to make sure everything is actually like stable, like to the max. Should be like that. Still make sure the piston has good, and it does, so that's actually good. Now, before I add this cylinder, you want to have your piston up. Try not to get any glue on critical parts. I'm gonna glue right here all around this circle so the cylinder can have a strong foundation. Boom. That's what I'll do. But I'll put like, and one thing I do is like, this is where the layer stopped, so I'll put that pointing to the side where the valve is gonna be, so that can be like that. I'm gonna just leave it like, just make sure it's even. Make sure it's even. And also make sure your piston, yeah, look how close that comes to the top. I like that. I like that. My measurements were good. Yep, that's how it's gonna be right there. Boom. Everything running smooth as can be. Smooth as can be. Yep. You can do this to help it, you know, help push it down, add pressure to certain parts. Look at that gap right there, like something has to happen to that. And just add more glue to that. You can really do that afterwards, or you can do it now just to get it over with. But main thing is make sure everything running smooth. Boom. Now y'all can kind of see like how the single cylinder gonna come out. Y'all can actually see the shape of it and everything. Now, what's next? I gotta add this and this. So I'm gonna add that first. So add the rod that comes out of this first before you put that on the actual body, on the shaft. It's the timing shaft right here for people who didn't know. There we go. It's in there. Just make sure everything even. No, boom. Now, what you want to do? I won't even lie. I would say do this probably before you put your head on, but I'm glad I'm experienced enough to know. All right, so I wanted to go this. I wanted to spin in this. Hold on. Nah, I wanted to spin in this rotation. So my timing has to be, I'm trying to think. All right, yeah, this has to be 90 degrees ahead of the actual thing. And I'm gonna do that by already putting it on first. I'm gonna show y'all how to do it. Slide that on there. Slide that on there. You can actually look at the bottom to make sure. So, and I'm looking through this little hole just because I'm experienced enough. I've been through this a lot of times. Alright, so right there. And it's gonna have to come back some. Let me see. If this is pointing this way right here, then this should be like right there. So bring it back some more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Go up a little bit. Yep. It should be something. Yeah, it should be something like that. Yeah, something like that. Like this right here. Still gotta make sure everything good. You know, once that's good, I'll add glue to the end of this rod right here, quick, before it drips down and gets stuck. And I'll make it even. You know, push that in there right there. Perfect. 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 Don't have it sticking out any, you know, and make sure it's even. Now boom. Coming up, boom. Top dead center, about like right there. This is like 90 degrees ahead of it. Top dead center, 90 degrees ahead. Boom. You know, and it should look like that. So that's the timing shaft right there added. But look at the timing shaft thing. Like, look at it. It's not even. So what I'll do is I'll just like move it around a little bit, adjust. It's gonna be kind of hard because you already glued it, but that's why I'll say adjust before you do it. Let me see. Something like that. Boom. There that is. Boom. This is how to, like, it's starting to look like an engine now. It's starting to look like an engine. Starting to look like an engine. Alright, so now I'm gonna start off with the head. Alright, so this is the head. I'm gonna have to connect this and this to the head. That way I can put the airway, the air distribution onto the airways. These are the airways. This is the head. So I'm gonna start by folding. Let me make sure I'm folding the right way. Let me make sure. Really this way, hold on. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, this is the way. Get that about right there. Boom. Got that. That go that way. Just go that way. Fold this in. My fault if I like get out the camera or something like that, cause boom, should be something like that. I'm gonna go ahead and start gluing. So I'm gonna take your glue that part. This side. You want to glue. And make sure, yeah, you want to glue that one. I think that's it for right now. Let me see. You want to glue it like that first. Oh man, open back up. This is another problem you'll probably come across while making an airway. It might just close up on you like that. Might be hard to open back up. Get my knife. You could try to open it back up, but you might have to make a new one. I might have to make a new one. It just be like this sometimes. This is the raw reality of making one. Yeah, I might have to make another one. Let me see. Do I have to make another one? I don't know, y'all. That was... Make sure everything good. Everything do look good though. These parts, really, I put these parts on the outside, so really I glued the other sides of these, but now I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna glue them right there. Bro, I just saved this piece. Y'all, this is hard. This is hard. It's hard to make on camera, for real. Imagine trying to make one. Now what I'll do is I'll just try to like have this as open as possible. Make sure everything is sharp, you know. Boom. Go ahead, fold these parts. Boom, that's this piece right here. So that's one airway. That's the one that's gonna actually come on the top of the head. And really I can go ahead and glue it. So just glue that square, this one, and this one. And then you just want to line it up with that square on the top right there on the cylinder head. Boom. Once you line it up like that, you can check the bottom, make sure everything lined up still. Let me move this up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Yep, and push it down, make sure everything nice and sealed up. Fully contact with the head. It's not perfect, but it's not gonna be perfect, but it'll still go. But I'm making it as good as I can right now. Can always do better. Boom, boom. Now it should look like this, something like that. Make sure that square is still good. Boom, top of the head. Now you got that part. Your next part is this. Fold that this way. Fold this way. Down. Make that one up. both those like that. Same thing on the other side. Boom. Fold this one up. Both of these like this. Now I'm gonna do it like that. So boom. Glue that one. Come to the other side. Glue this. Yeah, this is actually like raw and uncut, cause you know, y'all can see me having the same problems y'all be having. Boom. Glue on my fingers. You know, everything getting sticky. Once that's glued down, though, you want to make sure everything like pushed hard against the sides right there. Now you just do the same to the side. Boom, other side. Put it right there. Boom. Boom. Something like that. Go ahead and push that against that wall since it's moving. Other one. And yes, it is stuck on my hand a little bit. Just gently try to get it off. Let everything dry up. You know, make sure everything straight. Like just now you would take this part, your head. Now just you're gonna end up gluing it like that. Make sure everything fit before you glue it, so it'll look like that. Boom. And basically what this will do is air coming in from here, and it'll just come through this one hole and down that one hole into the cylinder. So it's basically what that is. But what I'm gonna do is glue right here, glue right here. I really want to glue behind here too, because this is going to be actually laying on that, so move that out the way. Have this actually coming down against it. Glue right here. And right here. And don't be afraid to add a lot of glue, because really the glue is going to help seal everything down. So you have this, gonna put it right here. Try to line everything up evenly. Make sure that square in the middle lined up. Make sure this is lined up. It won't look even, but as long as this is even and you know your valve will be even, then that's all really Like if it was right here, will your valve be like lifted up or something like that? And if you think it will be, just like bring it down some or something like that. Just have it flat with, you know, just try your best. Boom, boom. Let me go ahead and push that down some. Oh. Push this down some. Now you got this part. I don't know if I want to go ahead and put this on the top first, or if I want to put that valve on there first. But this is how it would end up looking. Y'all, it's starting to look like it's gonna start working. It look like it's gonna start working. It's starting to look familiar. So boom, boom. Now all we got left is our air valve assembly. Alright, for the air valve assembly, this is how it would start off. Get this part and get your sides. First, let me see something real quick. Boom. It's gonna be like that. You could either put this in the middle and then try to glue them down, but I'm not gonna do it like that. I'm gonna do it like this. Just go ahead and glue them down first before any of that. And make sure you get a lot of glue, but not too much to where it can get in the sliding valve way. You want to get it and you want to put it like, give it some space. And I'm talking about your very first one, so go ahead and line it up with that line. Make sure it's even. Yeah, it'll be something like that. Boom. Now, get your slider valve. Go ahead and see it, look at it and everything. Make sure everything nice. Now, you will get your next one. And you could either put your slider valve in there for this one and exact it, which I might do. I mean, put this right there, and that's what I'm gonna do. Go ahead and just get it. Glue this side. You know, put a decent amount of glue on there, but this is a critical part. Don't put it. Make sure it just don't get on the sliding valve, because that has to actually be able to move. So boom, sliding valve right there. Just want to get this side and put it on the side, like right there somewhere, something like that. Give it a little gap. You know, you can go ahead and get the slider valve out of there. Look at that. Make sure your slider valve can move. Look. But make sure it doesn't, it can wobble a little bit, but make sure it doesn't move excessively, you know. But once it's on there and everything, you can really just turn around, press it like that. Make sure everything's in contact. Yup, hate this. Now the sliding valve goes in there like that. Good clearance and everything. Boom. Now you got your head. Now, one thing I did realize is this is too thin, so I'm gonna have to add like maybe about 2 more layers of paper on this, because let me show you. It will have a little leak. Maybe I can add 1, but it's all right for right now. So we're gonna keep going. Take that off. Now what you want to do with the front is actually, ooh, it's a lot of glue, but like I said, you do want a decent amount of glue, but don't add too much. Boom. Other side. Now you want to get the front. Doesn't really matter which way I flip it. Boom. You just want to line it up. Really mainly line it up with the back of the, like you can see it. Make sure it look like that from the other side. Then once you have that, just go ahead and just add some pressure to it. Make sure the glue drying. Make sure the parts drying where they supposed to be drying at. Make sure everything even. Look at these. Everything lines up like that. Now you got this part right here. Now what I'll do with this valve is get this rod and put it through there. Now I'm gonna get the back of this rod, which should be right here, glue it. That's a lot right there. That's a lot of glue. It's low-key too much. But what you want to do is just have it even with the back of the valve. Let me show you how I'm doing this. Have it even with the back so you can like push it down a little bit, you know. Now just make sure that's even, and boom. You might have to file this down a little bit in the back, or you know, like just make sure get that off of there. You know, just make sure this isn't a problem when it's actually in the thing like this. Just make sure nothing's going wrong. As you can see though, that's actually pretty good. This is the lowest it'll go. That's the highest it'll go. Now, look at that gap right there. That's going to be an air leak. So, like I said, I will be adding another piece of paper of the same shape. I'm going to go one layer by one though, because, you know, you don't want to make it too thick and then everything's like, it's a lot of friction, added friction. So yeah, that's this part. Now we're gonna actually add this to the engine. So boom, boom. And yeah, this is the rod that comes from right here that will actually connect to this part right here. But the thing is, I don't know the exact distance yet until I actually put everything together, so I didn't add a hole to the top of this one. That's why it looks like this. So yeah, get that out the way. Now what we gonna do is glue the back of this airway. Glue it like that. Get your valve. Now you'll just line it up with the back of the valve. But if you want to see it differently, come to the front. Make sure, just try your best to make sure everything's even and lined up. Like I always say, it don't have to be perfect, but I try to get mine as perfect as I can get it. You know, add some pressure. You can get your knife, you know, start like pushing down on it. Look at that, I didn't even glue that all the way. And I'm gonna go back over all this with glue. I always do. Got plenty of it. This is more than enough to glue all this stuff on this engine. Boom, 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 boom. Push that one down too. Make sure everything good, even. Now it's ready to be glued on to the head, or to the top of the cylinder like that. And what you'll try to do is just make sure everything lined up first of all. Make sure everything lined up. Make sure everything lines up, and make sure everything's even. So it'll be like this, something like that. Alright, so now what you want to do, put your piston at bottom dead center, because don't just try to, you know, keep the glue from having any contact on there. I gotta see this rotate one more time, bro, because this is the last time I'm gonna see it. I need to make a removable head. I'm not gonna see this anymore. Alright, bottom dead center. Let's get it. Just a little bit got in there, but you know. Ooh, get that. Yeah. Another thing I'm gonna do is actually glue like right here too, because that's gonna be on the side of the head. Now just glue it, make sure the head's on there evenly. It's not even. This is even. Boom. You know, y'all just try y'all best, man. Try y'all best. I'm telling you, try y'all best. It's gonna take time. Boom, something like this. This should be good right here. And just line this up. I'm gonna line that up, turn it a little bit. That's why I added that other glue like on the side right there, just in case I did want to turn this a little bit to line it up. But what this gonna do is gonna stay in place because I glued it and it's hitting the thing right there. But kind of don't want to stay yet, but it's gonna end up working. Let me do it like that. Boom. Now what I do is the finishing touch around this part is I like, you can flip it upside down for real. Now I just seal it up, like basically. That's really what you want to do after you add all these. You just want to seal everything up with the glue. All around the head, all around any air, possible air leaks, you know, just have it everywhere. Yeah, that actually came out good. like that. Let's go ahead and get these parts right here. Can really just put it everywhere. Everywhere. My fault if I keep getting out the camera, bro. Like, I'm trying my best to put everything in there. Boom. Just glue everywhere. Make sure everywhere just got glue. And like I said, what this will do is just get in those cracks where it'll possibly be air leaks at. It'll make sure it's not leaking anywhere. Or make sure there's no leaks anywhere. Boom. And it's gonna make everything more durable. Get in there, right there. Yep. You know, just make sure. Everywhere. Even right there. Yep, right there. All that. You know, you can even get the size of the valve right here. Just cause, yeah, definitely, cause need a little bit more strength to hold the pieces in place. You know, you just want to get all that stuff. And let me add a little bit of pressure right here for a little minute, cause it's open a little bit. Not open, but it don't look like enough pressure has been applied. Uncut, raw and uncut video. Boom, you want to get the bottom of the cylinder right here. Get behind there. Yep. Make sure everything's still even. Make sure everything's still moving, still work. You know, make sure you ain't got glue on the piston somehow. You know, we almost done with this thing. This should be dry right now, so this is the part right here. So this is a critical part. So yeah, now that everything drawn and everything, now you can see like it ain't as smooth as it was. I don't know how, but I mean, as I move it, it gets smooth, but that's not smooth enough. Let me get my hand off all this stuff, bro. There's glue everywhere, and it's getting close to my thing. Let me go ahead and move that around some. So let me add a little bit right there though. Add a little bit in that crack, that little space right there. Let me see. Can I go down some? It can. Let me push that down for a few seconds. Fingers sticking to each other. Look at this. Fingers sticking to my engine. Ah. Oh my God. So it'll look like this, you know. How my single cylinder, just exactly like how I wanted it to be. This thing looks good, I ain't gonna lie. It look good. Now one thing one thing I gotta do is put a hole in here and actually like find exactly where, like this top dead center, bring it to bottom dead center, like right there. That's gonna be my intake. So if it's gonna be right there, let me see, it's gonna be right there. The hole has to be, this gonna be bottom dead center right here. So this hole is gonna have to be gonna be about like right there at that line. So, oh my god, I'm gonna add a hole about like right here, and I'll be right back. All right, added a hole right there. So now I look like that. I'm gonna have this one facing the bottom, and I'm gonna have this one facing the top. So put this one right there and add that one to the actual valve. Boom, it should be like that. It's hitting the bottom of that. It will do that, but you just slide it over a little bit. Boom. Look, smooth. Smooth. I don't really feel any friction for real. One thing I will do is add like something to keep the crankshaft from sliding, which is easy to do. Look like I still need a little bit of adjustments though when it comes to these. I don't know what it is exactly yet. Maybe this has to be turned a little bit, but it looked good enough for right now. I know it would run like this. This is my whole single cylinder right here. I'm gonna make I might put a custom flywheel on here, or I'm gonna make a flywheel when I specifically make one for this engine right here. I'm gonna make the tutorial with it. When I make my exhaust, I'm gonna make a tutorial with it. So, but this is my single cylinder right here. And yeah. Alright, so I just made an intake for it. It'll look like that. Just a little cylinder. And I got a temporary flywheel before I get the real flywheel made. So glue this on. I'm gonna just get the contact surfaces filled. Boom. I like to put mine on the bottom, so I'll go like right there. I'm gonna look through it just to make sure everything even. Y'all can't see that well, it's dark, but and when you make this piece, this little rod likes to hit the bottom of it, so I'm gonna just make sure it's not hitting the bottom or it won't hit it. Just checking the clearances. I'm gonna put it out some. Yeah, that's good. See, it would almost hit it, but this is not even close for real, so I'm good. And once that's on there, you wanna just add a little bit to the outsides. You know? Ooh, that's a lot of glue, bro. That's a lot of glue. Please be careful on these parts, because you can really mess it up easily. Add a little bit more right there. And then we should be good. Alright, so that's that right there. This looks so, it looks like my smaller one. I don't even want to like, I don't even know what to do. I'm gonna just leave it alone. Make sure the glue doesn't drip like on my sliding valve or nothing. And then this part right here, I'm gonna just try to slide it on there. Once it's on there a little bit enough to where you can grab that, I would recommend actually pulling this part just so you don't like mess the crankshaft up or uneven it. Have it sound like that. I need something to keep this thing look at it. I still need to make something to keep, because now look, the flywheel's sliding against the case and everything. I won't even lie to y'all, I know it can run. I know it will run like this, but I gotta wait for everything to dry to get the first run out of it. But I'm gonna let everything dry and I'll get back with y'all.